Hey everyone, Colton Locke, aka Funtivity Colton here with Singletracks.com. We are doing something super fun today. We are here at the Guerrilla Gravity headquarters picking up a new bike.
Good, man. How you doing?
Great.
From GG.
Hey, nice to see you, Thomas. How's it going, man?
Good, man. Really well. Got your pedal head all ready for you, all spec'd out the way you like.
Sick. Let's take a peek. Dude, this frame is sweet.
Yeah, we're super psyched on custom square tubing. We incorporated really short chainstays, 16.5 inches, keeps it super lively, a really playful ride. Compare that with a fairly steep seat tube angle, super efficient climbing. You know, earn your turns, you put a ton of miles on the bike.
Sweet.
And then it's got a pretty slack head angle, 65.5 degrees, so it's worthy coming down too. It's super fun.
Nice, man. I can't wait to get on this thing. This is a sick bike.
Yeah.
Cool. You want to show me around a little bit?
Love to.
Awesome. Let's check it out.
And most importantly, they're made right here in Denver, Colorado. You can pick your frame color, pick your decal color, and dial in your build kit to make your bike unique to you. Well, man, you're all set. Bike's all ready.
Awesome, man. Thanks so much. I'm gonna go hit trails.
Right on.
All right, so there's something I've got to get off my chest. I should probably wait till the end to say this, but I've just got to say it now. I love this bike. The Pedalhead is awesome. Typically when I'm testing bikes, I will ride them for a couple days and then want to get back on my bikes because I like how they're set up or I like how they ride on specific trails. But I'm not kidding you, I cannot get off this bike. No matter if it's a more cross-country or really uphill trail or whether it's really rough and downhill, I seriously want to ride this bike every single time. If you follow me on Strava, you've probably seen a lot of rides lately titled things like I Heart the Pedalhead or the Pedalhead Shreds or the Pedalhead is so fast, and I'm not kidding you, I am just so excited about this bike. Now, I will admit, I was a little bit reserved about my opinions on the 27 5+ tires. I was a bit skeptical about it. If you followed any of my Moab videos, which I'll link right up here, you may have seen I was riding some 27 5+ bikes there as well. But after riding this thing for a few weeks, I am convinced that these tires are awesome. Here in Denver right now, the trails are extremely beat up. It's late in the year, it hasn't rained in a long time, so they're really dry, dusty, super loose. And on my normal bike, on the 29er, I just don't feel as confident in some of the corners and loose sections because I'm sliding all over the place. But these tires seriously gripped so well. I felt so much more confident. Even on the really steep downhills that were really rocky, where normally my full suspension comes into play, I felt absolutely great on this bike. You don't have to pick your lines quite as specifically because these wide tires are more grippy and you can kind of plow right through. And the slack head tube angle really makes me feel so confident, but that's not to take away from how well this bike climbs. I'm a big fan of hardtails, especially back in Michigan and North Carolina, where I was much more of an XC race type rider than out here where it's more all mountain style. Out here I've been enjoying my full suspension because of the type of trails, but it does bum me out some days that I can't just stomp the pedals and do some go fast style riding. This bike has allowed me to do that because I feel excellent on the climbs. Where full suspensions, you can get some bob and maybe a little bit slower on the climbs. This thing pounds up the climbs so fast. The wide tires are super grippy and it's really nice and easy to get some of through the tougher sections. And you can put this thing in a high gear and really stomp some sprints. I put this thing through quite a few different types of sprint situations and it felt so good. Even on some roads when I was screwing around, just testing all the different styles of riding you could get into on this thing, I was really able to put down some high speeds even with the high resistant tires. The slack head tube angle really makes this thing super fun to go downhill with. There's a lot of trails I normally ride my full suspension on, and I would go out with my buddies the past few weeks and they're ripping it up on their full suspensions. and I chose to take this because it is just so fun to ride. So the guys over at Guerrilla Gravity went through most of the specs about this thing, but there's a few other things that I want to touch on. First of all, the head tube angle. 65.5 degrees, which is the reason that this bike is so fun descending. It is one of the best hardtail descenders on the market right now, and possibly one of the best I've ever ridden. One of my biggest complaints about plus size and fat tire bikes is that they're just a little bit sluggish and not playful enough for me. I feel like I can't jump off of little things I normally jump off of as well. I just can't get that little whip and that little flick just because they seem to be a little bit more attached to the ground. That's kind of expected, but this bike has addressed that and it's done a great job. The 16.5 inch chain stays in the low bottom bracket really make this thing super playful. I can pop off of everything and jump off of stuff and just have a blast. The custom seat tube paired with Guerrilla Gravity's staple wide bars and super short stem makes this cockpit feel really natural, really comfortable. You can really get those bars moving quick and get through some of that technical stuff super easy. So it's got some internal cable routing and of course a bottle mount in the front triangle. And last but not least is another feature I just love. This thing has the capability to take off the 27.5 tires and swap onto a 29er wheel set. It can take either 27.5 tires up to 3 inches or 29er tires up to 2.5 inches. So you've really got a wide variety of tires that you can toss on this thing. I weighed this thing and it came out at almost 30 pounds exactly with my HT pedals on here, which is a bit on the heavy side for me. Of course, when you're doing your customized build, you can put as many light high-end parts on there as you want, but of course, that is gonna increase the price. Just the frame alone for the Pedalhead comes in at $995. They have a couple of different build kits you can work with, starting with the Ride 2, which is $1995, all the way up to their race model, which is $39.95. And then, of course, with the custom builds, pretty much unlimited. It's a little bit difficult for me to review the components and specs of this bike because Guerrilla Gravity's customization of their bikes is insane. It is so awesome. You know when you go to one of those burger shops and you get your little menu and you get to check off what you want on your burger, like eggs and barbecue sauce and bacon and so on and so forth? It's almost like that for designing your bike. Go on the website and you can pick almost anything out to build your bike exactly how you'd like it. You can get Shimano or SRAM brakes or drivetrain or components. You can get KS Lev droppers, RockShox droppers. You've got a bunch of different fork options, including the RockShox Recon, the Pike, the Fox 34, and last but not least is the wheels. You can get a couple different wheel builds. You can get DT Swiss, you can get Eastons, you can get my personal favorite, the i9s. So you've got a wide range of things you can customize on this bike, even down to the paint and the accent color. They've got some really cool colors out there, including F Yeah Blue, Nargun, Radiation, and Teal is Real, as well as customizable accent colors like white, black, red, and even gold. Be sure to head over to Guerrilla Gravity's website to play with the fun customization and check out some of the cool colors. They've got a lot of cool content on there, like a couple of cool videos and some build tours, and a couple other bikes that are really worth checking out, like the Mega Trail and the new Trail Pistol, which will be featured on Singletracks pretty soon, so be sure to watch for that. Of course, head over to Singletracks for a whole bunch of other great content. Of course, follow me on Instagram and Strava at FuntivityColton. Be sure to click the link right up here to subscribe because we have a bunch of other great videos coming your way. In the near future, we are going to be checking out another 27.5 plus bike, the Scott Genius LT, which is a 27-29 conversion like this is, but in a full suspension. And I am really excited to see if the full suspension is as much of a hit as the hardtail has been. Now, I'd love to also get some comments from you guys. Let me know if you're interested in these 27.5 plus tires. I was really reserved about them. Didn't think I was gonna like them and have found out that they are just awesome. So leave me a comment below and let me know how you feel about these size tires. Thanks for hanging out and checking out the Guerrilla Gravity Pedalhead with me today. We'll catch you on the trail.